Hi, and welcome to the Voice of the Wise Woman podcast. I'm Christy Borbis, your host today. And today's episode is going to be a really quick one on basically making my dreams come true and doing my Greece retreat, but how it really took me a long time to overcome the hurdles to make that happen and the lessons I've learned in that and what I want to share with you. That's what it's going to be about today. So you're going to get to see all the back end of what I'm going through or have been going through. When you see my beautiful Greece retreat photos, you're going to know that there was some work behind it. So I just wanted to drop the juice so you can start living in alignment with your life. So we're going to begin with a dream that was in my heart, which was to have this Greece retreat. So my parents are both born in Greece. I've always got an affinity there. I've been probably about 3 or 4 times. Wish I had been longer and for, more times and longer times. But there's something that always calls me there. And I've wanted to do this retreat for a long time. And I was thinking, I'll bring people over. I'll show them about the food and the dancing and the community and all the things that is really what Greece is all about. And then I started diving into my work and I thought, I'll take women there. We could talk about the goddess. So it has evolved over the time of what I'm going to be doing. And yes, I will be bringing all of that into the women that are coming, the wonderful women that have said yes. But there has been some hurdles in this Greece retreat. And, that's what we want to learn about. The hurdles, but still I kept going. And that's what I want to talk to you about today and where we can actually really bring that strength and power into our lives to make our dreams a reality. So, like I said, I had this beautiful thing that I wanted to do. And I had a call with my mentor. It was on the brain. I was saying, hey, I want to do this. I want to release it. I said, I'm feeling really good. This was in January. I was feeling really energized. There was a full moon in Cancer, which is my really good time. And I thought to myself, I had a session with her. Anyway, we did a session. We mapped it out. We got a cost. We got a plan. We weren't really nutting it too much down. It was just basically, this is the sort of cost. This is the money I'll sort of make. It's not really a money earner, but hey, you're going to get out there. You're going to be known as this. And this is what we're trying to do with the brand and the strategy. So we got all that together. Then it came to the end of the call and I was like, okay, what do I do now? And she was like, you message people and you email people. Now, I'd already emailed people and asked them for expressions of interest. And I had 10 people email me back. I only had at the time maybe 80 people on my email list. So 1/8 of them said, hell yes. So I already knew I had at least a few that would be quite keen. So she said, you email those people first, or you DM them, or you do a voice message, whatever feels comfortable for you. So I'm pretty sure I DM'd everyone or sent a message by voice, which is always more personal for me. And I really enjoy giving voice messages, personalized ones, because I feel you can feel people's voice and their joy and what they want to express. So I DM'd these people and these beautiful women. And out of those 10, 8 of them said yes, or send me the deets straight away. I want to pay in full, or give me a couple of days, whatever it was. Within 2 weeks, 8 people had booked. Now, my dream was to have 10 there. I was one. I was going to have a helper. So 8 was the number. Because to get even a villa that holds that many women, to work out who's sharing, who's not, how many private rooms, it's actually quite a bit of a nightmare. So I thought to myself, I'll get a villa. I'll have a look at the villas, how many rooms they've got, and I'll suss it out that way. So 8 was a good number. I had, I think out of those 5 that paid in full, so straight out, they were in like Flynn. And then I had a couple on payment plans, so absolutely fine. And I remember thinking to myself a couple of days later, oh my God, I think I was on 7 at that time actually. And I thought, I only need one more person. And I had a bit of a dance and I did a reel about it and I brought all the women in and I said, oh, Emma, you're coming. And like did a bit of a dance for her. And Mel, you're coming. And I did a dance for her. And it was really cool because I really embodied that I was just so bloody happy, right? But the moment at the end of the call with my mentor, Jess, and I went, what do I do now? And she went, well, duh. You message, you email, or you voice message these people. And I was just like, and oh my goodness, straight away, my heart just went up to my throat. I was like, there's no way I can do this. I can't do this. What are they going to say? No one's going to say yes. all the voices came. Who's going to say yes? Who's going to pay this money? Who wants to come with me? What do I know? How dare I do this? Like whatever came up. I can't even remember, but it would have been all those voices. The panic arose and she said, like, I want to hear from you what's going on within 24 hours. She gave me 24 hours, which is why I have a mentor, right? And which is why you need a mentor, you need a life coach. Like we all need someone there cheering us on. So she gave me that deadline, I guess. So then I get to the point where people are messaging back. I did it. I did the scary thing. I freaked out. And then within, I think, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, I got the responses. Really sounds good. Yes, please send me the link. Sounds awesome. Send me the link. I'd like to pay in full. Send me the link. Oh my God, these people coming in and they're flying in. Within 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure it was about 2 weeks, I sold out the whole retreat. So all the spots were gone. So off I went, trying to then do all the do in the back end. So finding out where to go, where to stay, getting my sister to help with some of the travel stuff, the travel agent and things like that. I had a retreat mentor. She helped me with sort of curating everything, making sure I got the right emails out, the information, making sure that I was organized. So this is my first one and I knew I was going to learn a lot. So in this, we started to obviously do the back end. Now, the thing is with my mentor, which I absolutely love and I have started doing, is I made the commitment, yes, I'm going to do this without really having any of the details done. All I knew is I have to charge around this price and I'll make around this. That's all I knew. And that we were going to Greece. I knew I'd go to Athens and I knew I'd go to an island. That was it. Didn't know what island, didn't know where in Athens, didn't know how many bedrooms, didn't know who was coming. Maybe there was only going to be 3 come. And I said to myself, if I get 5, I'm going. I'm going with 5. 5 is my minimum. 8 is my maximum, possibly even 10 if I could find somewhere to fit that. So there would be 12 of us in the end. But 5 would be my minimum to go. And then I was like, even 4. I'll go for even 4. So I did stretch myself. I made sure I stretched myself. That's the thing I want you to know. I was stretched in that moment, like so stretched. I felt there would be maybe only 3 or 4 people coming. And I was already saying at 4, that would be enough for me to go. Any less, I'm not going. So I was already trying to find a way out because my ego was like, who's going to buy it? Who's going to come? Whatever. I started doing the back end. So we jump, we do the thing, and then we do the back end. We sort it out later. It's you jumping in and saying yes to yourself. That is the momentum. So anyway, like I said, 2 weeks later, I was astounded. I was like, oh my God, these people are in. They're coming. Like, this is it. So then I started doing the research and all the organizations. Now, it was in January. The retreat is happening this week. I am flying out tonight. So it's 9 months. It's a long time. And I'm not someone who organizes things organized like so far in advance because for me, I get the energy and I just do. So I do a lot really quickly, whereas other people are more probably structured and doing things sort of each day. I'll just cram it all in and I'll get massive amounts done. So we started looking at the back end and everything. Now, in the middle of this time, we're waiting. People are paying either they've paid in full or monthly payments, okay? Now, 2 women dropped out. Okay, one dropped out for finances. She couldn't end up paying after she had some stuff that had to happen and she couldn't keep paying the payment plan. So that was okay, fine. Now, that happened in the same week. One of the ladies moved overseas. It was no longer aligned for her because she couldn't actually get time off. She was going to have to put her boys in school and starting a new overseas, find a house. There was just too much going on. There was no way. And this is a really good client of mine. So, it was really upsetting to see that she couldn't come. And I know she was really upset as well. So in that, 2 people dropped out. Now, I could have really lost it then. I could have really gone and spiraled. But I held myself and I kept saying, Christy, the people that are going to be there are meant to be there. Just keep going. Just keep going. You might be able to get 1 or 2 more to fill their spots. And if not, it doesn't matter. I'm going because I said I'm going and I committed. So I made that commitment. So then what happened is fast forward till would have been about month 5 or 6, these 2 women came back in. Oh, I want to come back in. So then we started the conversation again, how much more they had to pay, what they needed to do, what this. Now, one of them I sort of knew was really trying to come. The other one felt energetically, I didn't feel she was there. She was backward and forward. And that's when I knew, okay, I've got to close this off. So, I basically said, this is it. This is when it needs to be paid. Otherwise, we have to let go of this loop because sometimes you can keep these energetic fields open for people and you're not letting someone else in. And I sort of had in my head that someone else could pop in if I cut some of this off. So I had to do that. So there was a lot of decisions I had to make. The other woman I left a little bit longer to give a bit more time. She couldn't end up coming in the end again anyway. That's okay. But at that time, two basically dropped out. And I could have really lost it because A, it was a big part of the profit. So I lost money, not lost money as in what I was paying, but lost what I thought I would end with. So it ended up not being as profitable or anywhere near as profitable anyway, with the dollar dropping as well. So there was a lot of stress. Again, the next one I want to talk about was, the dollar dropping. So when Trump came in, everything changed. Everything in Europe then basically doubled, and everything I had to pay doubled. And a lot of the women had already paid in full. I couldn't ask them for more money. So again, I took a hit in what I was profiting. So I haven't really made anything much at all. It's just basically paid for me to go there. But that's okay. This is all learning. And that's what I put it down to. Thanks, universe. Grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful, and keep with those two ties, and I keep going forward. The next thing was, because this is my first big rodeo, right? I had a woman here who was going to help me facilitate the retreat. So I was going to get her to come from Greece over and do all the things with me, help me with the breakfast, help me with the women, help me with organisation. Because when I'm there 100% for these women. So if they need me, or I've got to hold space, or there's things going on, I sort of go to the back because I'm on work. And I've got to hold these women. So I needed someone to be able to be there for, if the tour doesn't turn up on time, or are the girls ready, or can you tell them to be ready at this time at the front of the hotel? So I could then sit with myself and go, okay, this is the lesson I'm learning today. This is what I'm grounding into for the girls. This is the channeled messages. If I'm spattered my energy everywhere, it will be harder for me to hold the crew. So I had this wonderful girl. We had everything worked out. We were doing all the emails, doing catch-ups. We didn't do as many catch-ups. Towards the end, it was getting about a month before, and I thought, right, we've got to start catching up with her. Now, I also had a lot of stuff happening in the background for me. I was going overseas for my birthday. The business was starting to boom. I had a lot more clients, and I was juggling all the things. I was finding it quite difficult. And I have learned in that period how to actually deal with a team. So I've got a couple of, I've got a podcast editor. She's wonderful. And I've got my beautiful VA, and I'm learning how to manage a team, right? And this girl was like the next person that I was bringing in almost. And there was just a bit of a lack of communication. And mainly on my end, I wasn't getting to her what I needed to, but then when I was asking her for things, she wasn't getting them to me. And there just wasn't that movement of a train. And I started to look at the costs of having her. And I was like, oh gosh, this is going to take another chunk out of me. I might even lose money in this. And I was starting to really doubt that. So I had to then sit, and I gave the girl, I told her, look, I'll let you know in a couple of days. She then came to me and said, you know what, I've decided I'm just going to pull out right now because it's not feeling aligned for me, and I want to do what's the best for you and for me. And you know what, at the time I was a bit shocked, but it was the best thing that could have happened, because what it made me do, this is what I want to talk to you about, what it made me do was take ownership of this retreat that I'm running. I sold it out. Yes, my mentor told me what to do, but I did the work. I can hold the space. I don't need anybody else. The women that dropped out, that's okay. It wasn't their time. I've got 6 that love me and want to be there, and I'm so excited for them. I cannot wait for tonight when I jump on that plane. The things I've got ready to help them with, to heal them with, to move through, it's just going to light us all up. I'm already feeling this energy. It started last week. It's charging in me, right? So something took over in me. And instead of the ego and everything else saying, oh my God, what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? It's going to be too hard for you, blah, 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 blah. I just went in and went, thank you. I totally understand where you're coming from. Told other people, they were like, oh my God, I can't believe she dropped out. They were upset for me. And I was like, I've got this. It's proving to me the universe is giving me a lesson. Chrissy, you can do this. This is your baby. Because this first one, it is my baby. I'm going to find out how I work with women overseas. I'm going to find out, is there money to be made? Is there other things that I could have tweaked? Is there another place I want to go? I want to be grounded in it. I want to be feeling it all, right? And these women, these lucky women, I'm lucky to have them. They're lucky to have me. We are going to have a ball, right? And it took that girl to leave. I was already starting to believe the universe is conspiring for me in the back end, when the 2 girls dropped in and they came back in and they came back out. Because anyone else, it could have really, really spiraled them. But I stood steady, because I know in my heart this is meant for me. This bigness is meant for me, and I'm meant to be doing this overseas. a lot of other places, a lot of other women, and doing it for my future. Like, I know this. And I came back to that real grounded place. She walked out and I went, it's okay, I've got this. And you know what it's done ever since then? It's made me trust myself so much more. I have now got an expanded capacity. I'm now doing team meetings with my VAs every 2 weeks, making sure they're on track, making sure they know what they've got to do. We are communicating better because I wasn't really managing them very well, especially the first VA. I wasn't really managing her well. I was expecting her to just understand me, do a voice message, and her just get it, right? And just leaving her there. But she's part of a team. So I'm bringing these women in. So I've got this beautiful team around me and they hold me so that I can be up here doing my juice. I can be teaching. I can be leading. I can be guiding and getting channeled messages. So I don't need to do the stuff down there because my team's got me. So while I was really worried, I know I've got this in Greece because Greece is holding me. Because I've been there. I know how to speak Greek. I know how to eat Greek. I know how to order Greek. I know where to go, what to do. The tools are in place. I've done all the work. Retreat mentor that helped me through, she said, you've got this. She was so shocked that I wasn't worried when this woman pulled out. But it gave me room to grow into it. And I feel like I've almost found my wings of like the CEO businesswoman in this. And it's so beautiful. So I want you to remember a time where, things were really challenging for you, but you went, I can do this. And if you can't think of a time, then I want you to stretch yourself. And I want you to say to yourself, I've got this. And see how your body, your energy, your words hold you then. Because you have got this. And the more we expand our capacity to hold, the more we know that we can do it and it's in our soul, the quicker we'll get there and the more expanded and grounded we'll be. Like, I've never been so grounded. Before holidays, I normally can't sleep for 2-3 nights before because I'm anxious about all the stuff, the to-do list, this and that and the other. Here I am on the day I'm flying out, on the biggest day of my business life. I'm flying out holding a retreat, life-changing retreat. And here I am doing 2 podcasts. I've squeezed it in because I know I've got this. I'm going to have time to pack. I'm going to have time to go get my brows done, my hair done. I'm going to have time to pack Hugo's stuff too because they're coming for a ride later on after the retreat. I'm going to have time to visit my mum and say goodbye. I'm going to have time to go to the shops, buy a couple of quick outfits, go to Woolies, buy some snacks. Like, I've got this. This was made for me and I'm made for it. So I want this to be a lesson with you that, things that look like it's just happened effortlessly, it hasn't. But it has grown me up here and I wouldn't change a thing, truly wouldn't. The girls leaving, the other facilitator leaving, it has taught me that the only person I can rely on is me, right? And if I lead myself, the right people will come and I will be fine. If not fine, I'll be amazing. And we're going to have the best time. So let this be your reminder that your strength is always within you. Keep going. You got this. As I wrap up this session, watch me on Instagram, Christy Borbis. You will see me traipsing around Greece, enjoying our time, and hopefully you might want to come to the next retreat. Stay tuned. There'll be 2 more next year. And also a little plug for Queendom, my 12-month mastermind. If you are wanting to learn how to sit in your embodiment, sit in the energetics of your life, bring things to life, make things happen in your life, but really be from that feminine, grounded power energy, then Queendom is where you need to be. Drop Queendom or message me to find out more. Talk soon. Bye for now.